What time is it? It's garden time. Actually, it's 2 weeks since the lockdown, and I've baked my first cake. This would be a pineapple upside down using chunks, and I'm realizing version 2.0 will have a lot more chunks, maybe some cherries, there's a bunch of other stuff in there because, But let's get to the garden. Here you can see inside of the house, which is a total mess. Not so much of a mess, are our leafy greens. So we've got beautiful pak choy. I think last week these guys were sitting outside. Brought them inside because today's heat was wilting them. This little planter box over here, featuring romaine lettuce, perpetual spinach, bok choy, again perpetual spinach, romaine lettuce. I like being symmetrical. Followed by the adorable little Manoa lettuces and the slightly larger Manoa lettuces. So these guys are the result of, well, running out of room in the garden. So what we have is this little two-tiered planter where these guys reside in the evening, but during the day I'll let them get some sun. Where you're gonna go is out there onto the garden. So again, like I said, it's 2 weeks after the lockdown, and as you can see here, we've switched a few things around. We got perpetual spinach in the leafy ledges with the old school pak choy, which is still doing pretty well for us. What's going to happen today, and this might be the last time you see them, well, not this one, but the dwarf chili pepper is going to be here. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these chili peppers, which have gone through some serious leaf loss. Well, not chili peppers, but peppers. So 2 banana, 2 pimento dulce, the stuff hybrids, and 2 of the Hungarian waxes are going to go elsewhere. Let's just say I'm going to trim them down, give them a dose of a ton of nitrogen, and see if they can come back. If not, they're out. And stepping up to the plate will be the new guys, like you guys saw from last week, getting a ton of new growth here. And this little row here, which is a combination of, well, a lot of everything. I've actually got about 4 sweet banana peppers, a couple of chili peppers, a couple of pimento dulces, and even a couple of yellow bell wonders. So I am taking lessons learned and hoping that we get Pepper Place popping again. Moving on from peppers to, well, let's take a look at the trellis towers, because this significant portion of our garden is going to change in the next day or two. What's happened is the battles waged against powdery mildew have resulted in, well, a loss for our side. Yeah, disease has won. And what should have been greenery-filled trellises are sad ass excuses for long beans. Not so long beans. Tomato 1, tomato 2, these are our better bushes, and they are still going great. And they can benefit from more sun and from more wind flow in that position. But look at these guys. Look at these cherries. So our clusters of about 6 or 7 are all getting pretty ripe and ready to go. When I say go, I'm saying in my mouth, into my belly. So we'll have a 4-4 trellis. So basically it becomes tomato row, which will kind of look like this. But once these guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, move up, that allows me to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 next gen trellises, sort of like on deck in the lower ledge. Bitter melon flanked by 2 kabochas, and then I think we're going to do a long squash and then long bean, maybe long squash, long bean, whatever way we've got. A total of 5-gallon pots that will take the place of the tomatoes as they grow. Yeah, that's the plan. I'm going to stick to it. In the meantime, I've got a devastated tomato here. Motherfucking birds. Damn it. Prick. I gotta harvest this shit. Let this be a reminder to me as to when to harvest tomatoes. That's sooner than later. God damn you, boobles. Fuck. Okay, where was I? Well, I am over it. Fucking birds. Basically means I need to harvest the other tomatoes before the birds get to it. Essentially, everything shifts over there. Go up, those go down, those go up, these go there. Roma, which, well, seems to be the bird feeder for the boobles, you are probably going to die. Which basically means I'm going to cut you down, possibly cut down this. I don't know. This is my white whale. You know, zucchini and I. Anyways, we've got the beautiful non-pollinated sucker here. Then we've got these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 females and a lazy ass male that hasn't popped up. So these 6 females are not going to get pollinated. But what I'm going to end up doing is knocking out the Roma, knocking out the zucchini, making room for everything else, and hopefully clearing up this mess a little bit. I mean, between the crown flowers and the bay laurel over here, whatever this one is, I want to make room. And the room I'm going to make is for this. Long beans in a long planter. Yeah. So the plan is manage them a little bit better by keeping them all in a row. Kind of see a little bit of milky residue. Well, that milky residue is from milk. Yeah, the powdery mildew, spores in the air, has already got to them. But these 12 little darlings here are the next hope for a nice long bean harvest. Speaking of hope, these 2 eggplants, the Millionaire and Black Beauty, the Waimanalo, and the Filipino, so 4, should take over this little corner over here. That's the plan. Take all these little koi, kind of join them up with this guy over here, and we should have the Lilikoi row back in action. Might keep the Whopper there, might not, might move the Whopper to here, but everything's kind of fluid. So, that's the coffin corner, low rises, trellises, pepper place. Last but not least, pop-in action happening here over at the condos. As you can see, the mint is double in size. Same goes with our dill. I literally have dozens of pikake about to pop. I'm not kidding. I mean, seriously, dozens of pikake about to pop. Still waiting on Rose and Red Lantern to do anything, but the rest of the herbs in here, sage needs a little bit of trimming. You can see here, you saw from the last tour, Rosemary got a haircut, and Rosemary's baby is this one. So I call this Peyton and Eli. There were 2 of them in the same pot. Thyme's been fine, oregano. I've adjusted the Thai basil to kind of go straight, it's supposed to that way. And we are still waiting on our strawberries to, well, mature. That one red, yes. One beautiful flower. And I'm about to give up on this guy because they just kind of suck. And as far as the yellow onions, you're about to suffer the same thing. And ending up where our last tour started and ended, chili pepper, did a little bit of trimming. As you can see, pruned a few branches. Hopefully they kind of give it more air space and encourage some new growth, air circulation and new growth. And moringa, malunggay, a lot of leaf yellowing, still some new growth here. But I think it's almost time for another chopping. Yeah. So there you have it. Changes come in here even a week from the last time you saw us. No tour is complete without a look at another perspective from the garden, and that's what everybody else sees. So hibiscus and archangel looking good. Continuous blossoms from here, and actually something blooming without the benefit of sunlight. Ooh, talk about this one later. Yeah. As you can see though, it's like fucking huge ass tomatoes. I mean, they look like apples. Seriously. And the grapes. And the incredibly tall sun sugar. I gotta harvest some of this stuff. This is why we do it. That and to keep from watching yet another draft show on NFL Network. Got a whole lot of greenery, not a lot of space. That's how we do it. Howdy Patio Gardener, week 2, COVID-19 lockdown.